authority. This is your forecast first.
At 6 o'clock, we have some dense fog at the airport, even some fog here in the Meadville area. Many other places around the region experiencing the fog for this morning of varying densities. So use the low beams, take it slow, watch for quick changes in visibility as you plan your travels, particularly here along the lake shore, where the temperature right now is at 62 degrees. Fog will be around the mid-morning, then becoming partly sunny, maybe a thunderstorm for the afternoon as highs approach the lower 80s. Rest of the forecast after morning headlines. Good morning, Erie starts now.
From your news leader.
It's Monday morning and police are looking into the cause of an emergency plane landing in a quarry field. Plus, jury selection will begin for a man charged with killing his wife and throwing her overboard. And get ready to fall into a bunch of fun activities at one local farm.
Live in high definition from your news leader. This is Jet 24 Good Morning Erie.
Good morning, Erie. I'm Elena LaQuatra. Today's Monday. Thanks for joining us. Now, the weather's not going to feel like fall just yet today or tomorrow.
But it's looking like fall. We have the hay rides. We have, of course, we have apple cider. The leaves.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, pumpkins. The leaves are changing despite the warm temperatures. And, yeah, so get it out and enjoy. You just don't wear the sweatshirt. Got to get the shorts and T-shirt. That's how you do it.
You'll be sweating a little bit if you wear that sweatshirt.
Just drink some extra cold apple cider and it'll feel just like fall.
I love it. We'll tell you about some of those activities you can enjoy despite the warmer weather coming up momentarily. First this morning, we're beginning with a search and rescue mission that is currently underway in Lake City. It's new this morning. Initial calls went out just before 9:45 Sunday night for a search and rescue at Erie Bluff State Park in Lake City. Girard State Police, in assistance with the DCNR, the Northwestern Canine Search and Rescue Team, and the Lake City Police Department are looking for a missing male. The search continues at this hour. A small plane makes an emergency landing in a field near Corey Sunday night. According to officials, the aircraft was attempting to make it to the Corey airport, but had to make an emergency landing in a field near the intersection of Crosscut and Scioto Roads. There were 2 people in the airplane at the time, but there are no reported injuries. A flatbed truck was used to dismantle and haul the aircraft out of the field. Of course, an investigation into what happened is ongoing. Also, an investigation into the deadly limo accident near Albany, New York continues today. We're learning more about some of the 20 people that were killed, and there are new questions about the safety record of the limousine company. ABC's Candace Gibson has the latest.
This morning, a community left reeling after the country's worst transportation accident in nearly a decade. The accident killing 20 people on a highway west of Albany. Investigators say a limousine ran a stop sign, plowing through an intersection and slamming into an SUV parked at a restaurant.
I heard this loud bang, and then I heard screaming. I walked up, and I could see this large van, very unusual looking vehicle, in the bushes and really wrecked.
2 pedestrians and all 18 people in the limousine were killed. Barbara Douglas lost several relatives in the crash. She says the limo was carrying a group of people to a 30th birthday party.
I had 4 nieces. They're all dead. They were in there.
Karina Hall says her sister Amanda was also in the limo. She said she knew something was wrong when her sister wasn't texting her back.
I've been texting her all day. I just knew something was off when she wasn't replying to me right away.
The vehicle was a modified 2001 Ford Excursion like this one, seen on the company's website. Department of Transportation records indicate the company has a troubled past. In just the last 2 years, the company has been inspected 5 times, resulting in vehicles taken out of service 4 out of those 5 times. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
A fiery crash along Route 5 and Dutch Road in Fairview sends 2 to the hospital. The 911 call coming in around 6 o'clock Saturday night for a rollover accident at that intersection. 2 people were transported to the hospital. The accident is currently under state police investigation. The jury selection in the case of a husband killing his wife will begin today. Christopher LeClaire is accused of killing his wife, 51-year-old Karen LeClaire, while out on their commercial fishing boat, then dumping her body in Lake Erie back in June of 2017. The prosecution and defense disagreed over how much the jury should be able to see in terms of bullet wounds to the victim's head, but the judge ruled some of those images are important to the case. There was also a dispute regarding witness testimony. The jury will be selected from a pool larger than usual of 150 people. One man charged with robbery and crashing into a historic cannon will enter a plea in court today. Tanner Greer is one of the 3 men that caused a police chase after robbing a Verizon wireless store in Mill Creek. The chase ended when the defendants allegedly crashed into a cannon in Girard. Greer is expected to enter a guilty plea at 9 a.m. A man charged with possession of a weapon will also enter his plea in court. Christopher Steele is charged with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment. Police say bullets from one car were aimed at another in the 500 block of East 23rd Street in March. Those shots leading to a short car chase. Steele will enter a guilty plea at 9 a.m. It was an effort to have an open dialogue with the community, and Mayor Joe Schember leading that discussion. This is news in your community. Mayor Schember speaking about developments in downtown Erie and the importance of faith to make good things happen. The mayor made comments after attending Sunday services at the Cathedral of St. Paul. Schember saying the forum is a great way to talk about spiritual life and how it can build up the downtown community. The mayor got to meet with members of the church and talking to them about mutual interests and economic renewal.
People are working together like never before. Instead of being opposed politically, for instance, Dan Waffle and I, Dan's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, but we said when I was first elected, we're going to work together.
The Cathedral will be holding their next forum on October 14th with guest speakers from the Erie Downtown Development Corporation. U.S. congressional candidates Mike Kelly and Ron DiNicola will debate live on Jet 24 this evening. Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters. Incumbent Republican Congressman Mike Kelly and Erie Democrat Ron DiNicola will face off in the only debate in Northwest Pennsylvania. The debate will air live beginning at 7 o'clock. The debate will be at Mercyhurst University's D'Angelo Performing Arts Center. Sean Lafferty serving as your moderator. You can stay up to date with everything this election season by heading over to our website, yourerie.com. The Mazzini Charitable Foundation spending Sunday evening honoring their Person of the Year during the 45th Annual Columbus Day Dinner. Donna Carlino of Erie receiving the award for her community service work in the area. Carlino is with Lakeshore Community Services, which is an organization serving people in the community who have mental illnesses and intellectual disabilities. The Person of the Year award is given to an Italian-American who's done outstanding volunteer work.
It's really an honor that you accept on behalf of all the people in the community who do good work, because in Erie it takes a village to keep our community going.
Past award recipients include former Mayor Lou Tullio and Representative Flo Fabrizio. Fall is officially here, and families from across the region are enjoying what the season has to offer. Tiara Braddock went to Port Farms to get an inside look at some of their fall activities.
Pumpkin patches, hay rides, and apples are all signature staples of the fall season. Many people of all ages, including 11-year-old Simon Pugliese and his friends, were out enjoying these things at Port Farms on Sunday.
The soccer, football, baseball thing over there.
Simon and his friends were at Port Farms for a church outing, and they say they love coming back to the farm and playing with all the games. And Simon's parents, Steve and Stacy Pugliese, say they even like spending time at Port Farms, especially since it gets the whole family active.
Away from the screens and outside enjoying some fresh air and running around, definitely.
The owner of Port Farms says she likes for kids to put down the technology and get outdoors and come to Port Farms and enjoy all of the activities they have to offer.
Well, I remember when my kids were little, we forced them to go outside and again not play with the Xboxes and things like that. So we're taking kids back to old school where you actually have to use some energy.
Kelly Port says she wants to stress the importance of getting kids active and appreciating all of the local farms.
Here we've had a lot of our friends being in the dairy farm. That industry has it's slowly disappearing, and it's sad to see. You're either going to have to be a large corporation or a large farm, or you're out of business, and that saddens us.
Port added that they tried to bring awareness about supporting local farms with their hats off to American farmers' maize. Tiara Braddock, Jet 24 Action News.
It was an interesting service at one local church Sunday morning. Members of St. Mark's Episcopal Church brought in their pets for the annual Blessing of the Animals event. Cats, dogs, bunnies, even a bird were blessed by the priest of the church, Father Don Baxter. The Blessing of the Animals takes place every year at St. Mark's, the week the church celebrates the Feast of St. Francis. Picnicata Park hosting the K-6 Youth Cross Country Invitational called Race the Woods, and over 600 runners from 15 local schools taking part in that race. Organizers say this is a new league that started 5 years ago. The goal of the event is to get kids to be more active and love running. Funds raised at the race will sponsor the Fort LaBeouf cross-country teams. The time now is 6:10. Your Monday morning is about to get a healthy dose of cuteness, and we'll find out how Matt Bubonic is getting you motivated today.
Hey guys, it's Monday morning. That means it's Motivation Monday. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about a brand new class at Fitness U to keep you motivated when we get back.
From your news leader, you're watching Elena LaQuatra, meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, and Craig Smiley with sports. This is Jet 24 Good Morning Erie. News is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Auto Express, Alfa Romeo, and Fiat.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Get an all-wheel drive Alfa Romeo Giulia with 0 down, only $379 a month.
Children's educational programming reports for WJET are available at fcc.gov. A link to the online public file can be found on yourerie.com.
Closed captioning brought to you by Home Instead Senior Care.
Veterans face hardships every day when they return home, but service dogs can help them over those hurdles. Do your part by joining the PNC Community Muttstrut on October 13th. Register at muttstrut4servicedogs.com. You could save a life.
It's a night of mayhem and mischief and other such frights. It's Booze on the Brig. Come aboard the U.S. Brig Niagara dressed in your Halloween best, Saturday, October 27th for a wickedly good time. Go to flagshipniagara.org or call for tickets.
Weather is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Auto Express Mazda.
For years, Mazda has been the best kept secret in town.
Until now. Introducing Auto Express Mazda, where superstore pricing meets craftsmanship and innovation, where family-owned meets sky-active technology.
Make it a new Mazda 3. Sign and drive. $199 a month.
Make it a Mazda.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
It's so foggy out there, including the Edinburgh region. As you can see here on our Edinburgh sky cam, we have some definite reduced visibilities. Fog, not particularly dense here at the borough, but dense enough for you can see there's a definite reduction in the visibility. At the airport, the visibility down to 1/4 of a mile right now, and that has so far only caused one delay, and that's the flight to Philadelphia. That's been delayed actually until 7:45 this morning. No other delays or cancellations according to their website, but definitely want to keep watch if you're expecting flights or flying out for the day. Becky and French Creek reporting 61 degrees and some fog. Judy, some fog and 61. Pretty foggy at Lori's house there at Edinburgh, 62. And dense fog along the lakeshore with temperatures in the low 60s. 61 Sagertown, Conneaut Lake. Bill, some light fog and 63. 60 at Woodcock Borough and light fog Canadota Lake. Linda earlier had dense fog in Chandler's Valley, and we have 60 out towards Saybrook. The visibilities at the airport less than a mile at much of the airports. Meadville doesn't appear too bad right now, but watch for quick changes in visibility as you plan your travels for the day. Otherwise, summer-like pattern. Big Bermuda high gives us warm and somewhat humid conditions today into tomorrow. Right now, Tropical Storm Michael probably become a hurricane by tomorrow, eventually hitting the Gulf Coast, Alabama, Mississippi by the middle of this week. And your forecast for today, a little dense fog this morning, otherwise partly sunny, maybe a scattered storm, warm and humid, temperatures reaching the lower 80s. And from your weather authority, looking at some sunshine, generally generally speaking, Tuesday to Wednesday, warm, humid. Isolated storms and the heat humidity can't be ruled out. Then we get a rude awakening to fall here. Thursday, transition day, and we don't get out of the 50s for Friday and into the upcoming weekend. So welcome to the big change in the weather. But here's a nice picture from Ben, Bethel Christian School. And we have the barn, we have pumpkins, we have all sorts of nice-looking fall weather there. Leaves off the trees.
Wow.
Thank you, Ben, for that nice fall picture.
Beautiful. Now time for a Jet 24 trivia question of the day.
Okay. In Latin America, it's known as Dia de la Raza. In most Latin American countries, we know it better as what? The answer comes up.
I know what Dia de la means.
Yeah. Yes. Raza is race.
Okay, well, there you
Day
go.
of the race. And the answer will be coming up within the half hour.
You can celebrate autumn with our cute pet of the week from Country Fair.
Heather writes, this is our sweet rescue pup, Autumn, appropriately named for this time of year. She's a year-old, full of energy. The best dog ever.
How cute.
Autumn enjoying the autumn there, as you can see.
Oh, you could upload a picture of your pet on our website, yourerie.com. You'll find that link on our contest page. And it's time now for another Motivation Monday.
Today, Matt talking about a new program involving some rowing.
Good morning, Matt.
Hey guys, welcome back to Motivation Monday. I'm in the new True Crew row room at Fitness U, and Fitness U is always coming up and out with new programs to help keep you motivated. Now, what True Crew is a 30-minute workout experience where you're going to perform combinations of rowing and medicine ball fitness for the first 15 minutes of the workout, and then on the second 15 minutes of the workout, you're going to be using battle ropes, TRX rip trainers, and medicine ball floor core movements. So if you've never used battle ropes before, or row machines, or medicine ball, we're going to help you figure all of that stuff out during your first class. Now, to join Fitness U, it's only $24 a month, and you get all these classes added in for free. So if you're interested, pop over, and we'll get you all squared away and get you set up for some classes. But these pieces of equipment are different, but they're also great ways of staying motivated with your workouts, because who wants to do the same thing every day, every week, every month? With True Crew and more classes at Fitness U like yoga, Pilates, spinning, you're going to have all of those different varieties to keep you motivated. So this is a battle row, and I'm going to kind of go into a low squat position so my legs are working, and I'm going to move my arms up and down really fast like this. So you don't have to jump. You don't have to jump onto anything. Believe it or not, doing that movement really, really gets your heart rate. I want you guys to stick around. Coming up next, we're going to be going through the other portions of True Crew and other fitness programs we have at Fitness U when we get back.
All right, thanks, Matt. All right, time now for this morning's birthdays.
In a birthday spot today, happy birthday to Derek Elder. Hey, Derek, come down station, pick up a Dairy Queen cake coupon after maybe a good fish dinner. Happy birthday. Here's some other local people celebrating today.
You've seen the Seifert's furniture truck from Mill Creek and Fairview to Edinburgh and Meadville. That's because your neighbors took the beautiful drive to Seifert's Furniture to save hundreds on quality, customizable furniture for their home. Our prices will surprise you. That similar furniture at other stores doesn't compare in price or quality, and at Seifert's, our prices are the best year-round.
Make the right choice. Seifert's Furniture in Northeast and Conneaut Lake.
For 50 years, Value has helped you build, store, design, save, upgrade, paint, learn. One project at a time. The 20-pound bag of Country Pride wild bird food is now $5.44. Save over 30%. The multi-washable mat or runner, your choice, only $6.99. Save 40%. 50 years of DIY, one project at a time.
Closed captioning allows hearing-impaired viewers to fully understand our newscasts. To learn more, go to the Community tab on YourErie.com and click on Closed Captioning. Closed captioning on Jet 24 Action News is presented by Home Instead Senior Care.
Over 600 new vehicles 24/7 at HumesForCars.com.
Our Humes 2018 Ram clearance countdown is on. Save up to $13,000, get special low rates, plus your trade-in has never been worth more than it is right now. Come see us today. We're only 9 miles south of Mill Creek Mall on Peach Street in Waterford. Humes is a Tri-States Jeep Wrangler Superstore. We've got almost 100 available. 2 doors, 4 doors, all colors, all options. And our higher volume always means your very best deal will be right here. We're only 9 miles south of Mill Creek Mall on Peach Street in Waterford.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
Welcome back to the Ag Weather segment here. We have fog of varying intensities. Actually not too bad in some spots, including here in Conneaut Lake, the Channel Lock Skycam. You can see the flag not moving much here for this morning. And we do have some fog. Not bad there. You can see at least along the short end of the lake, we can see the lights from across the lake. But some other areas, even here along the lakeshore, has much more dense fog for this morning. Something to just keep in mind as you plan working in the fields for early this morning. It will be damp and the fog could be dense. Temperatures right now pretty much in the low 60s. Most of Erie County, most of Crawford County, 59 and some fog at Canada Lake. More dense fog out of Chandler's Valley where Linda has 57 degrees. And the visibility's down. Many of you less than a mile. Erie Airport, about a quarter of a mile visibility. Meadville a little bit better at 6. So winds not real gusty as you might expect with the fog. Mainly winds less than 10 miles an hour. Rainfall in the past 24 hours, not a lot. We obviously had more on Saturday when those big storms moved on through. And we have a very summer-like pattern. A good southerly flow, strong cold front or stationary front off toward the west. And while we can't rule out maybe a few storms popping up in the heat and humidity, will generally be on the warm side over the next couple of days here. And whoops, my clicker is backwards here. Now, so I have to go back a bit here. Apologize for that. And Fennell Farms, our Ag Business of the Week. Tiffany reporting 63 and some good fog there in Harbor Creek. Fennell Farms, a proud member of your Erie County Farm Bureau, encouraging you to buy local ag. You just can't beat it. Foggy conditions, otherwise warm for today. Humidity high for now, of course, 55% for the afternoon. Temperatures into the lower 80s. And we're looking at, some of you may get some rain, but most of you have no rainfall for the day. East-southeast winds about 5 to 12. And temperatures in the mountains reaching close to 80 degrees as well. And we're having 2 seasons this week, summer today, tomorrow into Wednesday, and then that real October fog for the end of the week. Good chance of showers and storms for Thursday as that front goes by, and won't get out of the 50s for Friday into the weekend.
E-cigarettes are becoming more common, and it's affecting your kids. So we brought in pediatrician Dr. Joe Barber to talk about it. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Tracy.
So how prevalent is this?
Oh, it's becoming a massive problem. If you look at it in terms of 8th, 10th, and 12th graders, 4% of 8th graders, 6% of 10th graders and 12% of 12th graders are vaping regularly. They are vaping regularly. And the scary thing is the statistics show if you vape, no matter what age you are, in the next 18 months, you are 4 times more likely to start using combustible cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
Combustible cigarettes. So 12% of 12th graders are vaping.
Sure.
So we have to recognize that vaping now is a massive issue. Yes, I personally and professionally as a physician, I love vaping. I believe e-cigarettes are something that can change the lives of so many people. Okay. But what we have forgotten is that we can't look at vaping and e-cigarette use for adults as the same as for children and young adults. We can't. There are 2 different situations. And yes, e-cigarettes save lives, can dramatically change the lives in the United States for adults, but we can't look at it the same for children.
So what is the danger for a child?
Well, the danger for a child is that it is an on-ramp. In other words, what we do is if you start vaping, it's an on-ramp to start moving on to combustible cigarettes.
So do you believe that's the only real concern here?
Well, remember, if you are vaping, you're more prone then to start taking in other compounds. So if you start taking in nicotine through vaping, nicotine is a severe substance that really changes young brains. So it's one thing if you're an adult and you're taking in nicotine, but if you're a young child and you're taking nicotine, that changes things. But more importantly, it pushes you towards using combustible cigarettes. And we have to understand that this is something that is a major, major issue. If we don't address this, then what we're not going to do is we're not going to get the positive benefits of vaping, which is for adults stopping using combustible cigarettes. It is estimated that right now we could drop from 12% of the population down to 1 to 2% of the population using combustible cigarettes if we would switch to vaping. And we need to support vaping for adults, but for children, we can't do it.
Okay, this is very interesting. And you've seen a lot of cases of this, I assume.
Yes, and the children, the young adults, that's what they are doing because they love the flavors. They love the advertising. They get it online and offline. They go to stores where you used to go to get candy and popsicles and things, and now they're getting vaping. It's all being advertised to children. So what's happening is it's disingenuous. We're saying we're not advertising cigarettes to children anymore, but we are advertising vaping to children. And when I say children, I'm talking about young adults too. So what we have to understand is we have to stop this on-ramp. The government has to get involved and stay involved. We have to start penalizing people that are selling vaping substances and vaping materials to children. You can't be doing this because this leads them to start cigarette smoking, combustion, and then what happens is this leads to hundreds of thousands of people a year in the United States dying from cigarette use. So we can't do this. This is good for adults. This is bad for children.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tracy.
We'll be right back.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an unfolding medical mystery in Minnesota after 6 kids are diagnosed with a sudden polio-like illness.
He started just complaining of just really bad neck stiffness. He couldn't move his neck and then his left arm.
7-year-old Quentin Hill is one of those children diagnosed with acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM.
We thought it was a dead arm, like he was laying on it funny, so we didn't think much of it at first, but a couple hours into not being able to move his arm, we started getting more concerned.
At issue, Minnesota's Department of Health says they see at most 1 case of AFM a year. These are 6 cases in just the past 3 weeks. State health officials now working to figure out why.
We don't have a pathogen. We don't know what exactly causes it. We don't have a treatment.
We'll have the latest on this mysterious illness coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
With uncontrolled moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, you never know how your skin will look. And it can feel like no matter what you do, you're itching all the time. But even though you see and feel your eczema on the surface of your skin, an overly sensitive immune system deep within your skin might actually be causing your eczema. So help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is not a steroid, and it continuously treats your eczema even when you can't see it. At 16 weeks, more than 1 in 3 patients saw clear or almost clear skin, and patients saw a significant reduction in itch. Do not use if you are allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems, including eye pain or changes in vision. If you have asthma and are taking asthma medicines, do not change or stop your asthma medicine without talking to your doctor. Help heal your skin from within. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
If we want to stop cancer, why not use the body's immune system to fight it in new ways? If we want transplanted organs to thrive, why not convince the body they're compatible? If we want to unlock the mysteries of aging, why not look at them in a new way? At UPMC, we question everything. We are uncommon to the core. We are UPMC.
Did you know drivers who use handheld devices are 4 times as likely to get into crashes serious enough to injure themselves or others? Don't be a statistic. Put down the phone while you're driving. It can wait.
Today is your first date. Officer Bishop, you ride with the 40-year-old rookie.
Police, get out of the car!
Seriously?
The Rookie season premiere Tuesday, October 16th on ABC. From Jet 24, your weather authority. This is your forecast first.
Coming up on 6:30 on this Monday morning, it's a foggy one out there, including at the airport, though. We can't see the runway lights there in the distance. We do have one delay. The Philadelphia flight has now been delayed until 7:45, the one departing Erie toward Philly. Right now it's 62 degrees here in Erie, and again, foggy at the airport. That fog will be around through mid-morning. Watch for some of the fog. It's dense in many areas. And then becoming partly sunny, chance of storms for the afternoon, highs in the lower 80s. So warm and humid for today. We have 2 seasons coming up this week. More details on that later in the show. Good morning, Erie starts now.
From your news leader.
It's Monday morning, and a plane makes an emergency landing in a field near Corey. Plus, 20 people are dead following a limo crash in New York. And head to the pumpkin patch for all of your fun fall festivities.
Live in high definition from your news leader. This is Jet 24. Good morning, Erie.
Good morning, Erie. Today is Monday. I'm Elena LaQuatra. Thanks for joining us. It doesn't feel like fall just yet right now in terms of the temperature, but there are lots of fall activities you can enjoy.
That's right. It looks like fall at least. We have the apples and the pumpkins, of course, the leaves. They're changing. Now the warmer temperatures are slowing the change, but they are changing. You may want to go and check it out. Fall is here. It's just you wear your shorts and T-shirt instead of the sweatshirt and the long pants.
Hopefully that trend will continue with a little bit warmer weather, at least for Halloween. I'm sure parents will enjoy
Parents will want a nice warm Halloween. And hey, it also means that you can keep cool by drinking some good local apple cider.
Cold apple cider.
Enjoy.
That sounds delicious.
You'll have warm apple cider for the end of the week because weather will be changing. We'll talk more on that.
Alrighty. We'll not only talk about weather, we'll also be talking about some of those activities you can enjoy right here in the region. First this morning, we're talking about a search and rescue that's currently underway in Lake City. This is new this morning. Initial calls went out just before 9:45 Sunday night for a search and rescue at Erie Bluff State Park in Lake City. Girard State Police, in assistance with the DCNR, the Northwestern K-9 Search and Rescue Team, and the Lake City Police Department are all looking for a missing male. According to Girard State Police, it appears the male has been found. A small plane makes an emergency landing in a field near Corey Sunday night. According to officials, the aircraft was attempting to make it to the Corey airport, but had to make an emergency landing in a field near the intersection of Crosscut and Scioto Roads. There were 2 people in the airplane at the time of that emergency landing, but there were no reported injuries. A flatbed truck was used to dismantle and haul the aircraft out of the field, and of course an investigation into what happened is ongoing. Also, an investigation into the deadly limo accident near Albany, New York continues today. We're learning more about some of the 20 people killed, and there are new questions about the safety record of that limousine company. ABC's Candace Gibson has the latest.
This morning, a community left reeling after the country's worst transportation accident in nearly a decade. The accident killing 20 people on a highway west of Albany. Investigators say a limousine ran a stop sign, plowing through an intersection and slamming into an SUV parked at a restaurant.
I heard this loud bang, and then I heard screaming. I walked up, and I could see this large van, very unusual looking vehicle, in the bushes and really wrecked.
2 pedestrians and all 18 people in the limousine were killed. Barbara Douglas lost several relatives in the crash. She says the limo was carrying a group of people to a 30th birthday party.
I had 4 nieces. They're all dead. They were in there.
Karina Hall says her sister Amanda was also in the limo. She said she knew something was wrong when her sister wasn't texting her back.
I've been texting her all day. I just knew something was off when she wasn't replying to me right away.
The vehicle was a modified 2001 Ford Excursion like this one, seen on the company's website. Department of Transportation records indicate the company has a troubled past. In just the last 2 years, the company has been inspected 5 times, resulting in vehicles taken out of service 4 out of those 5 times. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
A fiery crash along Route 5 and Dutch Road in Fairview sends 2 people to the hospital. That 911 call coming in around 5:45 Saturday night for a rollover accident at that intersection. 2 people were transported to the hospital, and the accident currently under state police investigation. The jury selection into the case of a husband allegedly killing his wife is beginning today. Christopher LeClaire is accused of killing 51-year-old Karen LeClaire while out on their commercial fishing boat, then dumping her body in Lake Erie back in June of 2017. The prosecution and defense agreed over how much the jury should be able to see in terms of bullet wounds to the victim's head, but the judge ruled some of those images are important to the case. There was also a dispute regarding witness testimony. The jury will be selected from a pool larger than usual of about 150 people. One man charged with robbery and crashing into a historic cannon will enter a plea in court today. Tanner Greer is one of 3 men that caused a police chase after robbing a Verizon wireless store in Mill Creek. The chase ended when the defendants allegedly crashed into a cannon in Girard. Greer is expected to enter a plea at 9 a.m. A man charged with possession of a weapon will also enter his plea in court. Christopher Steele is charged with aggravated assault and reckless endangerment. Police say bullets from one car were aimed at another in the 500 block of East 23rd Street in March. Those shots leading to a short car chase. Steele will enter a guilty plea at 9 a.m. It was an effort to have an open dialogue with the community, and Mayor Joe Schembert leading that discussion. This is news in your community. Mayor Schembert spoke about development in downtown Erie and the importance of faith to make good things happen. The mayor making comments after attending Sunday services at the Cathedral of St. Paul. Schembert saying the forum is a great way to talk about spiritual life and how it can build up the downtown community. The mayor meeting with members of the church, talking to them about mutual interest and economic renewal.
People are working together like never before. Instead of being opposed politically, for instance, Dan Lawful and I, Dan's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, but we said when I was first elected, we're going to work together.
The Cathedral will be holding their next forum on October 14th with guest speakers from the Erie Downtown Development Corporation. U.S. congressional candidates Mike Kelly and Ron DeNicola will debate live on Jet 24 this evening. Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters. Incumbent Republican Congressman Mike Kelly and Erie Democrat Ron DeNicola will face off in the only debate in Northwest Pennsylvania. That debate will air live beginning at 7 o'clock and will be at Mercyhurst University's D'Angelo Performing Arts Center. Sean Lafferty is serving as your moderator. You can stay up to date with everything this election season by heading over to our website, yourerie.com. The Mazzini Charitable Foundation spending Sunday afternoon honoring their Person of the Year during the 45th annual Columbus Day dinner. Donna Carlino of Erie received the award for her community service work in the area. Carlino is with Lakeshore Community Services, which is an organization that serves people in the community who have mental illnesses and intellectual disabilities. The Person of the Year award is given to an Italian-American who has done outstanding volunteer work.
It's really an honor that you accept on behalf of all the people in the community who do good work, because in Erie it takes a village to keep our community going.
Past award recipients include former Mayor Lou Tullio and Representative Flo Fabrizio. Fall is officially here, and families from across the region are enjoying what the season has to offer. Tiara Braddock went to Port Farms to get an inside look at their fall festivities.
Pumpkin patches, hay rides, and apples are all signature staples of the fall season. Many people of all ages, including 11-year-old Simon Pugliese and his friends, were out enjoying these things at Port Farms on Sunday.
The soccer, football, baseball thing over there.
Simon and his friends were at Port Farms for a church outing, and they say they love coming back to the farm and playing with all the games. And Simon's parents, Steve and Stacy Pugliese, say they even like spending time at Port Farms, especially since it gets the whole family active.
Away from the screens and outside enjoying some fresh air and running around, definitely.
The owner of Port Farms says she likes for kids to put down the technology and get outdoors and come to Port Farms and enjoy all of the activities they have to offer.
Well, I remember when my kids were little, we forced them to go outside and again not play with the Xboxes and things like that. So we're taking kids back to old school where you actually have to use some energy.
Kelly Port says she wants to stress the importance of getting kids active and appreciating all of the local farms.
Here we've had a lot of our friends being in the dairy farm. That industry has it's slowly disappearing, and it's sad to see. You're either going to have to be a large corporation or a large farm, or you're out of business, and that saddens us.
Port added that they tried to bring awareness about supporting local farms with their hats off to American farmers' maize. Tiara Braddock, Jet 24 Action News.
Picnicana Park hosting the K-6 Youth Cross Country Invitational called Race the Woods, and over 600 kids from 15 schools took part in the race. Organizers say this is a new league that started 5 years ago. The goal of the event is to get kids to be more active and love running.
Oh, I love it. It's been great. We've had great turnouts ever since we started. We have around 120 kids every year that sign up for it. So, and like I said, it keeps increasing, so it's been great.
Funds raised at the race will sponsor the Fort LaBeouf cross-country teams. And it was quite an interesting service at one local church. Sunday morning, members of St. Mark's Episcopal Church brought in their pets for the annual Blessing of the Animals event. Cats, dogs, bunnies, even a bird were blessed by the priest of the church, Father Don Baxter.
We bless animals because animals are so much a fabric of our lives. They enrich our lives. They love us unconditionally. They bring us joy. And so we celebrate that joy once a year at the Blessing of the Animals.
The Blessing of the Animals takes place every year at St. Mark's, the week the church celebrates the feast of St. Francis. Time now is about 6:40, and we're heading down to Motivation Monday.
Hey guys, stick around. We're talking about True Crew and other group classes to keep you motivated throughout the week when we get back.
From your news leader, you're watching Elena LaQuatra, meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, and Craig Smiley with sports. This is Jet 24 Good Morning Erie.
You deserve a car you love, along with a payment that won't drive you crazy. Keep your car, but trade your loan. Refinance your auto loan with Erie Federal Credit Union now through November 30th and save. Get a 1% rate reduction now, a 1% cash bonus later with no payments for 60 days. Do the math. A lower monthly payment and cash back later equals a happier you. Refi today and save. Stop into any of our 9 convenient branch offices and get back what you deserve. ErieSCU.org.
Winter is what you make of it.
Whoa, hey, slow down.
And with the award-winning strength and performance of Cub Cadet X-Series snowblowers, you can make the most of it. Seize the season with $100 off all snowblowers $8.99 and up, September 30th through October 21st, 2018.
I'm heading out to Tops.
Okay, Dan's coming over to study.
Change your plans.
Tops makes it easy to get your groceries without leaving home with fast online ordering. Just log in, choose your items, check out, and we'll do the rest. Get the best deals in town that you love, delivered from our store to your door.
Oh, it's for you.
Grocery delivery from Tops, your neighborhood store at your door. Save $15 on your first order with code TOPSFALL.
Weather is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Off-Road Express.
It's the Off-Road Express Outdoor Expo, Friday and Saturday, October 12th and 13th. 8 brands of ATVs, factory demo rides, and free giveaways. A $500 Country Fair Sitco cash card, a remote start from Enormous Mobile Specialties.
Free giveaways and no admission?
Yes! And get a Can-Am Outlander 450 4x4, only $46.99. It's the Off-Road Express Outdoor Expo. Get out and play.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
There's some fog at the airport, as you can see here. This is our Skycam, our Jamestown Mattress Skycam. And the flight, the 6 o'clock flight there from Delta appears to have been taken off. However, the American Airlines flight to Philadelphia has been delayed until 7:45. More for the weather in Philly as opposed to here. Now, we can't see the runway lights, so the fog, while dense, is not, I guess, super dense. The visibilities have improved a bit, but still less than a mile. Temperatures right now, 60 George Monegro Township and some fog, 59 for Carroll out there in Union City. Temperature in Summit Holden in the low 60s, 63 in Erie. Over in Lake City, Larry has 62. 61 for Kim in Mill Creek, and temperatures in the low 60s from most of Crawford County. Ed and Westmead, some fog in 64. Nina has 64 in Linesville, 63. Some patchy fog over at the Conneaut Lake area. More dense fog in Chandler's Valley, and out in Saybrook, Erie has 60 degrees. There you see the visibilities here. Some spots still less than a mile, including the airport. So as you travel forward today, if you are going to work, if you're at school, you probably have the day off today. It is Columbus Day. Yes, and we'll have a trivia question for Columbus Day in just a few seconds here. In the meantime, with latest on our satellite and radar composite, we do have most of the rainfall staying well toward the west, and that's going to be the case as this front actually slips northward. Strong southerly flow, Bermuda high off the east coast. That's going to keep us pretty warm, humid. You see occasional afternoon storms may pop up, much like it does during a typical summer day, and we'll see that over the next several days. But at least through Wednesday, not much is expected as far as rainfall. Now, eventually, this front will be approaching on Thursday, and it will pass through Thursday morning. That is going to usher in a rude awakening for us. We probably won't get out of the 50s by the weekend. On the lake, not bad. Winds east at 5 to 10, becoming south. Waves would be 2 feet or less. So fog for now, otherwise partly sunny. Maybe an afternoon storm today. High temperatures in the lower 80s. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll keep relatively dry, warm, humid. Can't rule out a few isolated storms. Storms do come in Thursday morning as that front goes by. And then welcome to fall. We're not getting out of the 50s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Ooh.
There you go. And here's our weather picture, Elena. A lot of nice orange and fall colors here from Ray from Bethel Christian School, but the sky is still blue. Thank you, Ray, for that nice fall picture. And hey, teachers, we could use a few more pictures as we head on through Halloween, Thanksgiving, and you know, Christmas, not too far away. Send those pictures, draw them in 8.5 11 sheet of white paper, send them to the address on your screen. You can email them to me, weather@wjettv.com.
Uh-oh, you said Christmas. You're going to be getting the Christmas pictures.
Well, we could be getting the Christmas holiday pictures. Always love to get them. Can't get enough.
I love it. All right, time now for the answer to today's trivia question.
It's known as Dia de la Raza, the day of the race. In most Latin American countries, we know it better as...
Well, you said when you were doing weather, we're going to talk about Columbus Day in our trivia question, so I'm guessing it's Columbus Day.
You got the clue. That's right. Whoop. One more. There we go. It is Columbus Day, the day of the race.
The day of the race.
Okay, which, of course, you know, the 3 ships probably racing to see who could get to land first.
That's right. Well, pretty interesting. There you have that. So, all right, time now to celebrate autumn with our cutest pet of the week from Country Fair.
And we're celebrating this literally because Heather writes, this is our sweet rescue pup named Autumn.
So cute.
She's a year old, full of life, and definitely enjoys the time of autumn.
So very cute. You can upload a picture of your pet on our website, of course. All you have to do is head to yourerie.com and you'll find that link on our contest page. And it's time now to get motivated.
And today, yeah, Matt talking about a new program called True Crew.
Good morning, Matt.
Hey guys, it's Motivation Monday. I have got an awesome setup for you today. If you didn't see the first segment, we're talking about our new True Crew program. And what Crew is real rowing on these indoor row machines. Now, the reason why we love indoor rowing is because it's easy on your knees, it's easy on your hips, it's easy on your back. It's a great way to burn calories, and it's super fun. True Crew at Fitness U is a free program. Our memberships are only $24 a month. You get all the group fitness classes unlimited. Come in and see us and see how you can get into True Crew classes this week. True Crew is a 30-minute class where we use the row machines and medicine balls for the first portion of the workout. You're going to be doing a bunch of different exercises for 15 minutes. And then the second portion involves the battle ropes, which I showed in the first segment. These are great for shoulder strength, for cardio, and all kinds of other stuff. But what we didn't hit on the first segment was the variety of core movements that we're going to be doing during True Crew. Just to my left, you see we have these crazy bungee cord things. These are TRX rip trainers. Now, nobody else in the area has these. And what you can do with TRX rip trainers is a ton of different core movements. So we do a lot of twisting movements. We do a lot of overhead movements. There's also ways to incorporate core and legs. So you can come down with a reverse lunge and then up with your rope and then back down again. And this is going to give you an entirely different experience than you've ever had before. And you can only get it right here at Fitness U. Other movements that we do are going to be core incorporated floor movements. So we'll do some things. We're going to teach you how to do planks properly. And we're going to show you some of our trademark core movements when you come back and touch certain portions of your legs to really fire up your core and get your core moving. We'll also be doing movements when you're on the floor, performing some movements that you might already know about, like toe tap ab crunches and twists. So that's True Crew, only at Fitness U. Come in this week, check out our schedules. You get everything for free with the membership. I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great week.
Thank you, Matt.
Will do, Matt. Time now 6:49. The current temperature is a foggy 62.
Long-term protection from the flu could be here sooner than you think. It's coming up right after the break.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Sometimes we make big investments. And then, really bad decisions. Like buying a car and then filling it with just any old gasoline, instead of a top-tier gasoline that will take care of the engine. Keeping valves clean, deposits at bay, and emissions to a minimum. It was a big investment. Give it top-tier Citgo Tri-Clean TLC with gasoline from Country Fair.
Get answers to your healthcare questions at yourerie.com. If you're in pain, Tri-State Pain Institute can help with advanced technology and proven relief. No referral needed. Your health matters. Visit Your Wellness Network at yourerie.com. Log on to yourerie.com every weekday to tell us what you think, and then see the results on the web and Good Morning Erie the next morning. Brought to you by Superstore Joe at Auto Express Kia.
Get your local news, weather, and sports on demand with a simple request.
Alexa, play my flash briefing from Jet 24 Action News.
Warm and humid, mainly dry, 70 in town, cooler away from the city and the lakeshore.
Flash briefings on Alexa-enabled devices are brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, an insurance plan you can count on. Don't have an Alexa-enabled device? Enter to win one on the contest page at yourerie.com.
Some would call this the holy grail of immunology. Research and labs across the country are working to develop a one-time flu vaccination that would give people long-term protection from all strains of the flu.
How nice that would be. Now researchers at the University of Central Florida are trying to take the guesswork out of that vaccine development. Marty Salt has more.
The flu virus spreads quickly. At best, you're achy for several days. At worst, the flu can kill. Every year, a vaccine offers protection, but fewer than half of all adults get one.
My husband has had a bad reaction to them.
I just didn't see the value in getting it every year.
Scientist Kai McKinstry wants to make immunization more effective for people.
It should protect us season after season, irrespective of what kinds of viruses happen to be floating around.
McKinstry is examining how the immune system responds. Once a person gets sick from a pathogen, the body remembers it and is less likely to get sick from it again.
We want to boost that memory, we want to turn it on, and we also want to make it as effective as possible.
McKinstry and fellow immunologists are studying a group of white blood cells called T cells. In animals, T cells have been shown to provide strong protection against the flu.
The great thing about T cell immunity is that it can recognize conserved parts of viruses across many different strains.
So even though the flu changes every year, one immunization that activates T cells could protect against all strains.
Any of those things where you'd have to just get it one time would be great.
Someday, permanent protection against the flu and the misery it can bring. I'm Marty Salt reporting.
Acrobats are taking their talents to new heights.
And let's hope, for their sake, they aren't, well, looking down.
Here's a look.
Life-changing medicine for me is thinking outside the box.
The big draw for me to come to UPMC was you could be innovative, you would be encouraged to be innovative, you would be pushed to be innovative.
We're the ones that write the books. Other health systems read them.
It's a unique blend of down-to-earthness combined with the finest cutting-edge technology.
How do we transform medicine? How do we continue to do better and better for our patients? That's woven into the fabric of this institution.
We are constantly searching for better ways to do things.
UPMC continually evaluates what's new. How can we lead it? How can we push the frontier?
There's a difference between medicine and life-changing medicine. That's why doctors who could choose to practice anywhere choose to practice right here at UPMC.
I come to work and I am itching to get here. I love my job.
UPMC, life-changing medicine.
We employ nearly half of all Pennsylvanians.
We're the engines that drive the economy.
And now we have a governor helping us build a stronger future.
Tom Wolf created a one-stop shop for small businesses to cut through red tape and help entrepreneurs grow. And where previous governors tried and failed to eliminate the capital stock tax, Tom Wolf got it done.
We're getting stronger.
We're revved up and ready to grow.
Because we have a small business governor working for us.
Preparing you for the day ahead. Good Morning Erie to go.
Here's a look at the stories making news in our region today. A small plane makes an emergency landing in a field near Corey Sunday night. According to officials, the aircraft was attempting to make it to the Corey airport, but had to make an emergency landing in a field near the intersection of Crosscut and Scioto roads. There were 2 people in the airplane at the time, but there are no reported injuries. There is an investigation into what happened. A deadly limousine crash near Albany, New York, kills 20 people in the small town of Sochohare. New York State Police confirming 20 people have died after a limo slammed through an intersection and into a parking lot, killing 2 pedestrians and all 18 people inside that limo. A GO team from the NTSB is now on site investigating how such a deadly accident could have happened. Officials say this is the deadliest transportation accident in 9 years. A fiery crash along Route 5 and Dutch Road in Fairview sends 2 people to the hospital. The 911 calls coming in around 6 o'clock Saturday night for a rollover accident at that intersection. 2 people were transported to the hospital. The accident currently under state police investigation. The jury selection in the case of a husband allegedly killing his wife will begin today. Christopher LeClaire is accused of killing 51-year-old Karen LeClaire while out on their commercial fishing boat, then dumping her body in the lake back in June. The prosecution and defense disagreed over how much the jury should be able to see in terms of bullet wounds to the victim's head, but the judge ruled some of those images are important to the case. There's also a dispute regarding witness testimony. The jury will be selected from a pool of larger than 150 people. Fall is officially here, and families from across the region are enjoying what the season has to offer. Pumpkin patches, hay rides, apples are all signature staples of the fall season. And many people of all ages were outside enjoying Port Farms on Sunday. The owner says she wants to stress the importance of getting kids active and appreciating all local farms. Now we turn to meteorologist Tom DeVecchio for one last look at that not-so-fall-like forecast for the day.
That's right, Elena. It is summertime for the first couple of days here. New Motor Skycam. We have some fog still along the lakeshore. If you look, see the layers of fog closer toward the lakeshore. But here at our studios, the weather looking pretty decent. We have widely varying amounts of densities of that fog as you head farther inland, so be wary for that as you plan your travels. Currently, temperatures around the region with some fog, upper 50s to the lower 60s. Visibilities around a mile. They are slowly improving for this morning. High pressure will keep us nice and warm. It's a Bermuda high that'll influence us today right into the middle of the week before this cold air toward the west eventually comes in, and Tropical Storm Michael, which will become a hurricane, will hit the Gulf Coast by later on in the week, probably midweek. Dense fog, otherwise partly sunny today. Chance of a storm, highs in the lower 80s on this Columbus day. Warm and humid conditions, maybe some isolated storms into midweek. Strong cold front puts an end to the warm spell, at least for this week, knocking out the 50s by Friday into the weekend. Updates of the forecast can be found anytime on our website, yourerie.com.
But now a special way to see the Seattle skyline.
Take a look at these performers from Cirque du Soleil's Volta. Several climbed to the top of the Space Needle Thursday and struck some poses on top of it. Just that antenna is more than 600 feet high.
Wow, the artist's performance was meant to celebrate the show's last month in town. Looks safe.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, very safe.
Yeah, very
Absolutely.
safe. Yeah, I'll do it. Tomorrow, let's go out and
I'm all for it.
check it out.
Catch a
Have
flight
some
out
fun.
Well, keep those people safe, certainly. That's pretty intimidating there. That's all we have for you on Good Morning Erie this Monday. You can always head to our website, yourerie.com. We hope to see you at noon.
Enjoy your day. Take care.